Hi, it's Ernie Garcia. Recently, I wrote a blog on beating holiday doom and gloom. I've gotten several messages on Facebook, on my website, emails, just different avenues for communicating. Um, a lot of the information in the blog it's practical, but it's a tough time for some. I mean, let's face it. We have expectations of this being a happy time, a cheerful time. We have expectations of, certain people being in our lives. A lot of us, throughout the course of the last year have gone through dramatic changes, transformations. Some of the changes have been internal in nature, changes that we needed to make, and a lot of changes have happened to us also. And I just wanted to encourage you. Some of you are good friends of mine that read a lot of my stuff, my blogs, the information on my website, my little comments on Facebook and that. It's really easy to fall into a rut where, the first thing we do when we wake up in the morning is basically dwell on the changes, in the circumstances that are hard to accept that are going on in our lives, and what's supposed to be a really, cheerful time, a really, a happy time for all of us. We envision, Christmas as being a time for family, friends, loved ones, romance, a lot of things like that. And it's, it can be a really trying time, when we've gone through changes that don't allow for, for those times with family, or something that we're used to. Maybe there's certain family members that are not with us any longer, or spouses that aren't with us any longer, whatever the case is. But I just want to really, really encourage you and let you know that, that we don't have to suffer. That concept right there in and of itself, it seems unreal because when we're feeling bad, when we're feeling overwhelmed about circumstances, it's hard to imagine, that there's a way of escape, a way of relief from everything that we're feeling. It's important that we process, and that we take time to feel the things that we're feeling. We take time to heal, obviously, but it's also important that we have a roadmap out of the circumstances, out of the the bad feelings, the empty feelings, the the blues, the gloom. So in that blog, I had suggested some things, as far as breaking patterns, breaking just breaking the routine of the things that we feel. We make these. It's funny, learning about all of this new stuff, in coaching, and knowing, basic, things about psychology. But we build these neuro associations, and they're if you could imagine, they're like strands, and every single time that we react to a problem, or we deal with a problem the same way, we're building more and more strands to where it becomes habit forming, where it becomes a strong habit, one that's hard to break. And that's why it's so hard to get ourselves out of ruts, because of these neuro associations that we build. The good news is that there's relief for that. We can decide that it's time to accept our circumstances, whatever they are, and only we can tell when that time is. Only we're the only ones that can author when that time is, and we're the only ones that can make a decision that it's time to move forward. It's not that that we're dishonoring anybody, that we're dishonoring any event by not I guess we trick ourselves into thinking that we need to mourn, for a long time, whatever our loss is, whether it be a marriage or a loved one. Let's face it, changes are difficult, and they suck, especially when they're out of our control. I mean, they're really difficult. But at the same time, we need to move forward. We need to heal, and we need to thrive in our lives. That's what life's about. Everybody wants to be happy. Everybody wants to thrive. Everybody wants to move forward. It's just that we get stuck sometimes in our grief and in our healing. So I'd like to encourage you to take time for yourself to unload. I talk about this in my blogs a lot. We have to have an outlet, because these issues that we go through, they're too heavy for us to carry around a lot of times for a long period of time. I mean, if we carry, weight around with us, emotional weight with us, for all the hours that we're awake, that could be 8 to 12 hours a day that we're, in the middle of obsessing over a problem, where we just can't think about anything else. We can't focus on work, we can't focus on our kids, our for those of you that are married, we can't focus on our relationships. If you're not married, even your romantic relationships, your friendships, it's hard because we're always someplace else, overwhelmed with, with grief or circumstances. So it's very important to to find an outlet to unload. I personally, when I've gone through times, even in the last during the last year, where I was going through changes in my life, journaling was a humongous outlet for me. I set time aside every single day, where it was 18 to 20 minutes 3 times a day, where I just unloaded. And you've got to be disciplined and passionate about it, passionate about moving forward, passionate about reclaiming your life and going forward, and passionate about being able to to get through a problem and live again, get your life back. So you've got to be disciplined. Any effort that we give towards thriving in the midst of change, towards transitioning and writing a new story, any effort, it has to be, an effort where we're passionate about it. We've got to, we've got to be almost fanatical. So yes, I would journal 3 times a day, and what it did for me was just amazing, because I had an outlet where I could unload, everything that was going on, my thoughts, where I was upset about something, where I was, pissed off about something, angry about something, where I was hurt about something. It was all there, and I unloaded it, all. Then I was able to focus until, knowing that in 4 or 5 hours I had another, time set aside to do this again. I did this 3 times a day for months, and it was unreal. But towards the end, 5 or 6 weeks into this whole process, I was running out of things to write about because I was healing. We've got to have a way to express these emotions and to get them out and to deal with them. So I would encourage you to find that outlet. A lot of people, they do it through therapy, and that's a fantastic outlet to basically to express your emotions and to have them validated even. So I would encourage you, whatever it is, find a way to unload, and also figure out what you want with your life. Have a goal and define that goal. They say, with just about any, idea that you have, it doesn't become a plan until you write it down. So I would encourage you to write down what you want your ideal life to be like, whatever it is, and then spend some time visualizing what it would be like to have this life, what it would feel like, how wonderful it would feel to have an awesome marriage, to have a close relationship with your kids, to be financially, set to where you were comfortable, with all your financial needs, whatever it is. Visualize it, feel it, feel what it feels like. Your subconscious will look for ways to make this happen. For those of you that are spiritual, there's so many things going on that we miss because we're so overwhelmed with our problems. So it takes our mind and our subconscious to be clear to see, what's going on around us spiritually, intellectually, and all these different realms. So we need to have a sharp mind, but visualize, make a plan. So so I guess what my encouragement is today, it's twofold. We need an outlet to be able to to express these feelings, to get them out so the weight doesn't get too heavy. And also, we need to be excited about where we're going. We need to define, exactly what our goals are, what our perfect life looks like, and be excited about it, excited what it's going to feel like, because that gives us hope. And hope is important. Life would be tough to live. It'd be hard to get through one day without hope. But there's so much hope out there. We're all smart individuals. We all have a creativity and special unique qualities, that make us who we are. And we have fantastic ideas about, how to get where we're going. So get excited about your life. Get excited about the things that you want, and have that excitement going forward as you're healing. And maybe when we look back from 2013, I'm confident when I look back from Christmas of 2013 and this holiday season next year, I am confident that I'm going to look back and see a year of, that was just transitional, transformational, where things changed, where things were just about to erupt, with the goodness, of life. And, basically putting all of my plans and goals and actions into place. It was about a 4 to 5, maybe 6 month period of time where basically I turned my life completely around, where I was at a point where, things were just dark constantly, just overwhelmed, obsessing about problems, not able to focus on work, relationships, kids, anything. It was just so overwhelming, the problems that I had. And in 4 to 6 months, I'm telling you, with hard work, restructuring, surrounding myself with strong people, feeding my mind with strong positive things, prayer, it wasn't long at all. And it's been an unbelievable journey, and I just really want to encourage you with that, and let you know that it doesn't have to take years to get where you want to go. It can just be a matter of weeks, months, days. It's basically as long as you're willing to stay where you are. You can start moving forward even tomorrow. You can start doing something drastically different, even if it's one thing, even tomorrow. So I just want to encourage you with that. This is already an 11-minute video. I'd love to make an hour video. I have so many things that I want to say, but Merry Christmas, and take time every single day to let somebody know how special they are, and be communicating soon through blogs and maybe more videos. Merry Christmas. Good night.